Let me guess. You're a beginner pianist and you're really focusing on the notes, the chords, and everything else. But one important thing you're likely skipping is technique. If you don't have good technique, then nothing else matters. Today I'm going to show you common beginner technique mistakes and how to fix them. So let's go. The first technique mistake is sitting too close to the piano. There's a 99% chance that this is you, and I see this all the time. So let's back up that piano bench. Stop sitting so close to the piano. You won't be able to move your arms around, and it will give you a lot less control over the keys if you're too close. How far away should you be? Stretch your arms out in front of you to the back side of your piano keys. This is how far away you should be. Push the bench back and sit in the middle of the bench. Again, this gives you more control. All right, so that is how to sit at the piano. Again, if you're sitting too close, you're going to lose all control. We need our arms and we need other parts of our body to play well too. So that is why this technique correction is actually the foundation of all the other ones. So that brings me to my next one, which is playing with flat fingers. 99% chance you're doing this too. Stop playing with flat fingers. Pretend you've got a ball in your hand. Now, with that ball, you're going to flip your hands over and curve your fingers just like this. This is how your fingers should be when you're playing the piano with curved fingers. Flat fingers just can't move around well on the keys. Curved fingers have a lot more control. So be very mindful of if your fingers are flat or if they're curved when you're practicing, and you're going to have to regularly remind yourself to curve your fingers. We do not want to build the bad habit of flat fingers. And now that brings me to my next one, which is using only your fingers to play the piano. I realize this might sound a little bit silly, but playing piano comes from much more than just your fingers. If we only used our fingers, it would actually be pretty difficult to play, for example, clean chords. We also need to use some weight from our arms. So what I tell my students is to actually pretend your fingers are sort of like a cookie cutter when you're playing your chords. Now we're going to use the gravity of our arm weight to push that cookie cutter, or the chords, into the keys. But don't get tense though, stay relaxed. So using your arm weight is really important, for example, with playing chords so that you have good, clean chords and all of your notes are lining up together at the same time. Sometimes with the stress of playing a new instrument or new chords and new notes, a lot of people tend to tense up. The reason they're doing that is because they're focusing and thinking so hard. You must remind yourself to relax. Take a deep breath. Anytime you catch yourself tensing up and you've got your shoulders up too high, just breathe and relax. One of my really great piano teachers told me to pretend that my fingers had no bones in them. I realize that sounds really gross if that were true, but that's how relaxed you want your fingers to be. So try to pretend like you don't have any bones in them. And again, you're using that arm weight to press into the keys. Before I get to the next mistakes, let me know in the comments, are you making any of these mistakes so far? Let me know. The next mistake is tensing up your wrists. When playing piano, we also need to have relaxed wrists. For example, when we're playing arpeggios, we must have a relaxed wrist in order to play them well and smoothly. Keep your wrists relaxed as well so your piano playing sounds nice and smooth. And all of this relaxation and no tension is going to really help you prevent any injuries. The next mistake is playing choppy melodies. Another mistake is not making transitions between keys smooth and connected. When we move from one key to the next, aim for it to be very smooth, which is what we call legato in music. So here's another example of not doing it correctly. And here's an example of playing it smoothly. This means your notes should blend together without any breaks in between them. Of course, some music will call for you to play staccato or the separated notes, but generally when you're playing a melody with pop music and things like that, and you're playing what the singer was playing, I would recommend playing it smoothly. So I'm going to show you a close look of what that looks like. While one key is coming back up, the next key is coming back down. You could practice this daily by practicing it with your scales. Practice your scales very slowly and make sure they're legato. While you're getting used to this, sometimes you might play two notes at the same time by accident like this. That's okay. Keep practicing until you've got it clean and smooth. The technique will become more natural over time as you practice scales. Do you have any of these bad habits? Having a teacher along your piano journey can help prevent you from making bad piano technique habits. If you're looking for a real roadmap to learning the piano and a teacher who can help you along with the process, I recommend watching my free training where I'm going to show you how to go from zero to playing your favorite songs on the piano in months, not years. Having the support and a clear roadmap for how to learn the piano is going to help a ton. And like I said, it's going to help you quit having those bad habits. I've tested my Piano Accelerator program on hundreds of students in my local music school and online. Here's one of my students, Jim, after only a few months in the Piano Accelerator. Head to the links below for my free training on how to get there. And if this video helped you, be sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.